Ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly brief you about a small piece of land recently cleared out, what I planted, and my beautiful camellia flowers at end March and beginning of April, before and after the horrible April snow and frost. I recently cleared out a small garden bed behind the garage wall because the garage wall has to be renovated, so I did not plant any climbers. I put what I have collected recently. They are mostly Japanese varieties. This is a Japanese snowball. It can do full sun and part sun. At the end of this area is quite a lot of sunlight. The rest of the land has only morning sunlight. At the right side was even a quite bright shadow. So instead of our classic local shady plants, which I mostly don't like, I try Japanese varieties this time. And look at this Dr. King camellia tree. It's a reasonable big size tree. It's been in garden, I believe, over 2 winters now. I took a video quickly. This is before the snow attacked our area, so I think I keep a video before the natural damage ruined my good mood. After this video, I run and wrap up as much plants as possible before the snow and frost hit us. It lasted 3-4 days, quite severe. And I partly planted at this point. I have quite some camellia small trees. And the lighter the color of the flower is, the more fragile camellia to the harsh sunlight. So I start with the white one and light pink and a little bit deeper pink, and maybe in the future if I collect other more red camellias, I will increase this collection. For me, it's quite fun to explore new varieties instead of plant everything perfectly full in the beginning, because you never know what you came across in life. Sometimes good findings, sometimes a thief will attack my garden. Yes, I'm still angry over this, and I still did not get an apology over this. And this is my friend already said she think I plant them too close together. What happens if they grow bigger and crowded? I wish they will grow bigger in 10 years and get crowded. I will be more than happy to move them around because camellia really grow very slow, especially in my place. I changed the soil as much as I can to acid soil. I invested in soil. Did not use the local topsoil because it's heavily high alkaline soil, and I try to keep the pH value under 5.5 by adding fresh soil, by adding pine straws, planting them under the pine trees, which is really important in our area. I really enjoy the blossom. Make the life less unbearable in this crazy time. Look at the white one. Then I really have to wrap them up. And this is a Japanese maple tree, Sango Gaku. I don't know how to explain this, which means from the leaves and the stems has the amazing red color from the sango, from the sea bottom plants. And this is when the snow attacks us. Seriously, snow. April, when everything is growing, they have to ruin it. None of my plants in my garden need winter protection, but they need protection against the late frost. This is very mean, and this is 2 days after we passed the natural attack. And fortunately, the camellia has more flowers than before. Of course, there are minor damage, but if you plant them in the right place with the right light and the soil environment, they are strong plants. Beautiful. It's always a pleasure to go home after a long day, and this camellia is welcoming at the entrance. And the other side is the newly planted. And by the way, I have a wasabi. Do you remember it? It's from last year. It's overwintered by itself and still thriving. And this is a new Japanese paella. The name is forest fire. The new leaves are like orange, yellow, pinkish color, which is interesting. And this is a new Japanese maple tree. And here are the white camellias after snow. I will, at the end of the video, I put all the labels I kept from my purchase. So for your reference, if you are also interested in camellia and other plants, they are not, they are quite easily available in the EU, and they can do minus 17 degree. Which in a zone 7 garden, you don't need winter protection. Very nice. And you probably find it full sun written on the labels, but as I said before, full sun in Japan is different than full sun in Switzerland. So we still can adapt it to our own environment. We just need to try. This is a leftover hydrangea I picked up last year. Nobody wanted. And this is a orange stamp Japanese maple tree. And this is a feather-leafed and downward slow growing maple tree. And this is a Japanese snowball. And I chose a big flower variety. And later on, I will show you the labels. This plant is not cheap. It's quite investment. So this is, of course, I did not fulfill the land because I don't want to do things in a hurry. And if I find more interesting plants, I will try in this area. It's also fun. So here are the labels. I kept all of them. And they are all purchased in normal garden center, not from collectors. It's quite easily available. Here is a moonrise Japanese maple tree. I never met it in person. Would like to try it in my garden. And here are 4 different kinds of camellia I have. Nucius gem, Angela, and this is cameo, and Hagonomo, I forget the name. And this is the rest of the Japanese maple trees. The garnet, the red Japanese maple tree, is the only plant I have here have 3 season red, which is important. So thanks for your patience, and wish you have a great day in garden, and see you next time.